how are you doing? I'm Mindy, but today I'm going to be Teacher Mindy to you. Why are you watching this video? I decided to make it for you because a lot of you were asking me about what I do as a side gig, and this is teaching English online. So I'm here to share with you my experiences with 3 different companies. I've done research for a few months now, so this is a legit job. I've gotten paychecks, so it's real, guys. I'm going to be going over with you 3 different companies. One is VIPKid. This company has been around the longest. It's quite well known. Most of you might know this company. The second company is GoGoKid. And then the third company that I just started with is QKids. So I'm going to be giving you some details about each company, and you can decide what's best for you if you want to apply to these companies. I'll just touch briefly on them. If you have any questions and you're like, hey Mindy, I'm ready to go for the interview, feel free to message me. I'll give you my email, and you probably have my Facebook contact, and then we'll go from there. But here's a brief overview. Let's go. Okay, let's talk about hiring requirements. So there are 4 things that you need in order to apply for these companies and be accepted. So the first thing is that you have to be a native English speaker that is eligible to work in US, like United States or Canada. So for VIPKid and GoGoKid, you're able to live in another country, but as long as you're a US citizen or Canadian citizen, it's okay. For QKid, unfortunately, you do have to be living in North America. There's no exception to that. I've already asked. So for this one, you have to be living in North America. The second thing is, for all these companies, you have to have minimum requirement, your Bachelor of Arts at a university. So in any field, it doesn't matter, but that is the minimum requirement from the China government. So if you have a college degree, even though you have a lot of teaching English experience, I don't think that these 3 companies will accept you. But send me an email. There are probably other alternatives, and I can look it up for you. The third thing is you need at least 1 year of teaching related experiences. So why I did this quote was, it doesn't matter if it's teaching at a school or not. It could be tutoring, teaching a church choir or camp counselor, babysitting. These are all considered teaching related experiences. So you have to have a minimum of 1 year of that. I don't think they're very tight on that. I don't know if they really call my references or anything, but that is the minimum requirement. The fourth thing that you must have is your TESOL certificate. So what that means is it's a certificate that you're able to teach English as a second language. I know that many of you might not have this. If you do, it's great. If you don't, I'm gonna put a link at the bottom, and you can take this course for $19 US, and you can basically do it online. It takes about 15 to 18 hours. I just had a friend who completed it, and it was really easy. So it's gonna be good that you have that certificate. Although I know with VIPKid, you don't have to have it. It's definitely a plus, but eventually you will have to have it. I think VIPKid also provides a TESOL course for free after you pass the interview. So you can either choose to go with them, or I would just take it because all ESL companies that you apply for, that's pretty much a minimum requirement. The next thing is the computer equipment and your internet. So of course you have to have a computer or a laptop. And the second thing is, I recommend that you have a pair of headphones. You can grab these easily on Amazon. It's so that the student can hear you clearly through the mic. And then also you can cancel out the noise if you don't have a headphone. You might be disturbing other people in your house. So if you have the headphones on, only you are hearing the student. The next thing that is very important is you have to have high-speed internet. All the requirements are online. I'm sure everybody has high-speed internet, so if you want to double check, just go into the companies and see what are the requirements, the exact specs for it. For QKid, this is actually an interactive platform, and you're going to be playing like a lot of games with the students, and there's going to be up to 4 kids in the class, so they require you to have an Ethernet cable so that you can plug it into the router. They're pretty picky on the computer specs. They're going to ask you to take a picture of it, and then when you're doing your demo lesson, they're going to require you to plug it in just to make sure you have stable connection. Okay, so those are the types of computer equipment that you need. The next thing we all want to know about is the pay. So basically, I'm going to tell you that all 3 companies, it ranges, and it's going to be about $10 US per class, okay? I say this lightly because for VIPKid, you get a base pay, okay? So this depends on your experience and how well your interview went. So you can kind of negotiate. I'm going to tell you now, I have over 10 years experience teaching English as a second language. I also have my university degree, and I'm getting $8 right now. I spoke with some other teachers, and the ones that got hired recently, honestly, they're just giving new teachers $7.50, so don't be surprised. That's probably the minimum. Even if you have a lot of experience, I don't know many teachers that got $9. I think $8.50 was the highest that I knew someone had, and they had their master's in education. So there's your base pay, and then there's incentive bonuses that you can hit, which are pretty easy to hit. So you get another $1 if you just show up to your class on time. Like, you can do that, right? And then you get another $1 if you teach more than 45 classes in a month, okay? So that kind of equals to around $9.50 to $10 per 30-minute class. With GoGoKid, the base pay is a little bit higher. So with GoGoKid, I got $9. And then there's all these other incentive bonuses that you can hit. It's kind of a complicated scheme. So if you're interested in GoGoKid, I can definitely go through with you how they pay and the incentive bonuses for that. The next thing is QKid. It doesn't matter if you have experience or you have a ton of experience. Everybody gets a base pay of $8. And then there are the incentive bonuses. So if you get, you teach a class and you get a good review, then you get another $1. It's really easy to get a good review. The parents just click green tag or red tag. Most of the time you will be getting green tag, which is good. The second $1 you can get is if you teach over 15 classes in a week, then that's an automatic $1 for each class that you teach. So basically, all 3 of them is going to be about $10 US per class. Each class is going to be half an hour. So if you're talking hourly, that's going to be $20 US an hour, roughly. Okay, classes, what do I need to do? So for VIPKid and GoGoKid, they're very similar. It's actually one-on-one, meaning there's going to be only one student and then you teach that one student. There is no prep. You follow the curriculum that these companies provide for you. So they have these PowerPoint slides and you just go through the PowerPoint. Each class for these 2 companies are 25 minutes, and then after 25 minutes, you're expected to do a feedback on the students. You have 5 minutes and then you jump into your next class. For QKid, it's a little bit different. It's a 30-minute class and you're required to go into the class 3 minutes before. And there's no feedback here. You just do a quick evaluation, like you give them 3 stars and then participation, if they were hardworking, average, or they didn't do very well. It's very quick. It takes under 30 seconds. So with QKid, it's a 30-minute class and then there's a 10-minute break. And then you go again, 30-minute class, 10-minute break. For me personally, I like VIPKid because I can just teach back to back to back with no breaks. I'm just going to teach the straight like 3 hours or 4 hours, and then I'm done. With QKids, some people might like it because you get a breather, you get a 10-minute break, maybe you want to do a washroom break or grab some coffee. So some people work in that style, so you got to consider which one you like better. The next thing is the interview process. I'm going to tell you right now, they're all pretty similar. They take about 1 to 2 weeks to complete the whole thing. So basically what you do is you go on the website, you sign up for it, and then they're going to schedule an interview time for you. With VIPKid, what you are required to do is a half-an-hour interview, and then you're going to be doing a 10-minute demo lesson on somebody in that company. They're going to pretend to be a 5-year-old kid, and you're going to be teaching them some slides, and they just want to see how you communicate with the kid. Show your energy, bring your smile, and do a lot of hand actions. They love to see that. But I'll go into more detail with you if you decide to do that. Same with GoGoKid. There's also going to be a demo interview with somebody. There is also a possibility that you go into the interview and it's just going to be a recorded session. So you have to be talking to the camera as if there was a student there. Okay? With QKid, you have to go on the website, sign up, and then they're going to ask you for a picture of your computer specs, and they're also going to ask you to send in a video, just like a 2-minute video, briefly talk about who you are, where you went to school, where you grew up, your experiences, and then you got to read them a story, a children's book. So you just pick any one of your choice and try to be very animated when you read it. And then they're going to contact you and book an interview with you. And same thing, you're teaching an interviewer a lesson. All of that, after when you pass the lesson, you get to the certification process, and then there's going to be training videos that you watch to prepare you for the actual lessons. Then you're going to do a demo lesson, and then they decide if you pass or fail. And a lot of the times you get a few different tries, so don't stress about that if you didn't make it to your first, didn't make it through your first trial. I will definitely help you. If you are interested, send me an email. I'm going to send you all the props that I use so you can print it out on your computer and then cut it out and put it on sticks, and it'll be good. Scheduling. How do you get booked? So with VIPKid and GoGoKid, you're booked by the parents. So you have to give a really amazing performance when you have a new student, because this is their first impression of you. If they like you, they're going to keep booking you, and they're going to make you their regular teacher. So I would really act my butt off and give a really good class to new students, and this is how you grow your student base. To be honest, don't expect to get a lot of bookings in your first month. You're a new teacher. There's 100,000 teachers, and you have to shine. So what I would do is be patient the first month. You might not get that many bookings, but I'm in my 3rd month now, and I can say I'm fully booked. I had to close off some days because I got really busy at work, and the students kept requesting me to open up those days. So I'm very confident that I give good lessons, that, you know, I'm going to get booked like that. So that's a great thing with VIPKid and GoGoKid. If you don't want to worry and you're like, no, I want to make money right away, I think your safest bet would be to go with QKids, because QKids, the company books classes for you. Now, having said that, with QKids, you have to promise to do a minimum of 6 hours a week, which is 12 classes a week. Some people can't commit to that because maybe they have a full-time job and this is just their side thing. So if you can't commit, I would just go with these 2 companies, because you can open anytime you want or close anytime you want. Even within the week, if you're busy that week, you don't have to teach any lessons. But with QKid, you do have to meet that requirement of 12 classes. So just think about which works better for your lifestyle. So due to the virus, you know that a lot of the kids in China have been staying at home probably for 2 months now. So before, the slots that were open was when it was their after school time all the way to the evening. So that was probably a window of 6 hours. But now due to the virus, they're really desperate for teachers and they want to have lessons at home, right? So they're actually opened pretty much the whole time they're awake, and they're closed when they're sleeping. So Beijing is 12 hours ahead of us, and so in our time, this is standard Eastern times, so it's going to be from 8:30 p.m. to 9 in the morning the next day. For sure, 9 o'clock is the cutoff time. They don't have any more classes. But if you were a hard worker and you're like, I'm gonna pull an all-nighter, you can possibly get like 20 classes. I don't know if you can sit there for 20 classes. I've never tried that. The max I did was 7 classes back to back, and I was tired already. But hey, I know teachers that do that. So if you want to make the money and you open up your schedule, it's there for you. So this is actually a really great time to apply because they are looking for teachers. I just want to touch quickly on the cancellation policy. Honestly, VIPKid and GoGoKid, it's not really a great cancellation policy. If you cancel within 24 hours, I mean, there's always emergencies, or if you're sick or a family member needs your attention and you have to cancel the class, you can apply for soft or medium cancellations. You just have to provide a note, and there might be money deductions for these two. And I understand because it is a business, the parents are still required to pay when they cancel. So same goes for the teacher. If you're worried about that, QKids has a really great cancellation policy. If you give them up to 5 hours notice, you're not going to be penalized. It's not going to show on your record or anything. I feel like this company really cares about teachers, and they know that things come up in our lives. So this has a great cancellation policy. So I hope all this information was helpful to you. I know it's a lot of information. I just touched on the basics of these 3 companies. Let me know if you have questions. I'd be happy to work with you one-on-one. I really do want to get you hired. I mean, I really love this job. I love working at home. I love seeing the kids from another side of the world and try to brighten their day, because they've been at home for like 2 months now. It's just kind of starting for us. So you know, I understand everyone's situation and it's a really hard time, but let's make it positive, make a good situation out of this. So I'm here to get you hired. If you need me to, I will send you props like these and then get you hired for the interview. So if you have any questions, I'm going to leave my information in the detail box. I'm possibly going to open a Facebook group. I don't know that yet, but I will put everything at the bottom. Please email me if you have any questions, and I hope that this video was helpful for you.